Three, two, one. Okay, go. Hello, all. Good morning. Hope you are doing well. In this session, we are going to learn what is a node module and what is a package. Okay, and how to create our own package. At least up to that point, we are going to learn. So it's almost, I think it will be a long video. So while watching this video in a YouTube, please take necessary breaks. Otherwise, you feel definitely boring. Okay, let's jump into the topic. And okay, let me share my screen. Okay, just let me know once you're able to see my screen. Anyone? Pawan, are you able to see your screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, super. So already we have created one file called JS. I'm just opening that with the help of VS Code. Okay. So what we have done so far, okay, we have created one HTML file, we have separate JavaScript files, and with the help of module, okay, with the help of module. If you don't use a module, there is a high chance that maybe one variable defined in one JavaScript file can override uh, another variable defined in another file with the same name. So that's a difficult thing. It's because we will lose our data like logic. So instead of that, if you maintain the modularity, so that you should export it if someone wants to utilize that one with the help of a modular system, and we can import like this. Okay, and if you have a conflict, suppose if you have a conflict with the same variable name, happily simply with the help of alias names we can avoid that conflict. So the topic for today, the beginning is, so what is named exports and default exports? Okay, let's see. So here also I'm just removing these things because empp.js it's not a meaningful thing, so I'm just removing all this stuff. I'm just cleaning up everything. We can come up with the beautiful, at least good examples. So nothing, this is just a simple HTML file. Even you have a confusion, so I will create it one more time for you. Just remove everything. So just to give a what exclamatory mark or something, and just if you click on tab, you will get the default template. So here our goal is to build Amazon, okay, Amazon, at least in next 2 months or 3 months, okay, down the line. So with the help of React and many other technologies. So here I'm just putting some h1 tag. Okay, welcome to Node.js. Okay, right now officially we are entering into the actual concepts of Node.js, and very soon we will start the React.js. And if you want to add a script, so just add a script tag, just add a script tag. Suppose if you want to add JavaScript to your file, okay, we need to add a script file. And always just remember, we, we should include the scripts just before the closing tag of a body. The reason is, okay, first we should give a high priority for the UI part, like HTML elements should load first. Then only we will take some action on with the help of JavaScript. So it's the best. And I will show you practically what is the problem if you just mention the script tag here itself. Okay, that here also you don't get all every time errors, but few scenarios it's not a good thing. Okay, fine. So here, okay, we understand the modular system in the last session. So if we just mention type is equal to module, so it will provide some security for other JavaScript files. So now I'm just going to create a file called um, employee.js. So emp.js. So here you can define properties of an employee, and you can provide methods for an employee, or even you can create classes also. Okay, and maybe other persons, other developers can utilize that. Okay, suppose for example, simple. So I'm just taking a simple example. So we can go with a student name. So just mention, suppose Balavardhan. Okay, so Balavardhan. And here I'm just defining one function. Okay, get student name. Okay, the student name. Or we can do one thing. We can add few more details. The hmm, college. So Bala, what is your college name? If you are there.
Srinivasa degree.
Okay, super. Srinivasa Degree College. So, so if you want to get student details, naturally what we will do, because already in the student details we just define globally, so that it will return those student details. Like even you can construct an object. Okay, I'm just providing in a much more matured way. So here you can go with the first name. Okay, because before returning that student details, it will construct an object and it will return to you, so that it's easy for you to deal with that. So student name, so what is the value? That's a student name. And college, okay, this is a key, and this is the value. Okay, and let's see, suppose if you face any problem, just we will fix those things, not a big deal. Return, so if you call the get student name and it will return those things, or you can define directly the students details in a big object. And what are the if you want to go for us first name and last name, full name. Okay, this is enough, simple one. So here I don't want to expose, I don't want to give a direct access to these two variables. So if anyone wants to know the student details, you should invoke this function. It will return it it will return it. Okay, so here there are two things are there. One is default exports, and another one is unnamed exports. So let's see, first of all I will go with the default exports, and I think we have done with the last time with the named export, right? So first we can go with the named export, then we can discuss about the default exports. So how we can export this? Normally export. Okay, here what you want to export? Okay, I want to
It's
export only a method or a function. I'm not interested to expose this exports this college name and the student. Of course if you want you can export it, but I want to maintain some the privacy. So if anyone wants to access it, you should able to get those details through get student details only. So that's why I've just exported only one method. Fantastic. And another one is we can export another one also. Just what we can say, greet. Okay, simple, greet. So here what he will return. Okay, welcome to my college or something, my college. Okay, simple. Okay, so we have two things now. So what we are exporting, one is a get student details and another one is a greet. Super. And now hopefully, just can anyone tell me how to import those details here? If you have done a practice, hopefully definitely you will answer it. How to import the functions we have defined in emp.js.
import curly braces
Very good.
from
Okay,
path.
fantastic, fantastic. Thank you. So what is that? emp.js. Actually, even if you don't mention .js, it will consider by default the JavaScript file only. But okay, but it will take some time to habituated to that, so that okay, you can
Can you
mention
write
that.
directly emp.js instead giving some path?
Okay, without that this also.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking whether we
Okay,
can give
yeah,
it.
we can test it. We can test it. Okay, we need to give a path. mm, Dot forward slash. But if you don't want to give it that, in node modules, if those are already installed on your machine directly, okay, we can discuss about that in a few more
Yeah.
minutes. So import. So what are the two methods we are exporting here? That is, one is get student details, and the grade.
Great.
Okay, very good. That's fantastic. Now these two are functions. Let's see. We should, because it's returning some information, right? Let a is equal to um, get student details. Okay, and I'm just putting let b is equal to greet, because I didn't put any console.log or something because I want to return everything. So once you got the information, okay, you can go and log the details, the console.log a and the console.log of b. That's simple. So now what we need to do, so if whenever you are using a modules, remember, okay, if we should run this with the help of a live server, because modules are not supported for accessing the things with the file system directly. Okay, so because to maintain some security and some other good reasons only. So just okay, just right click here and open with the live server. Mhm. Yeah, oh my god, fantastic! It is displayed our web page. Just go to the console.log. Okay, we got the object. So if you see, we got the object. College name is a Srinivasa Degree College, and first name is a Balavardhan. And if you see the prototypes and all those things there, okay, we got a 404 error. Okay, don't worry, fantastic. Failed to load resources. The server responded with the status of 404, not found favicon.ico. Somewhere it is just trying to find some icon. It is not able to find that path. That's why it is showing error. So okay, I will tell you. Maybe this icon, if I'm not wrong, because if you're just trying for okay, I will cross check and let you know. Right now, we don't need to worry about this one, mm, because we will get a lot of errors um, while learning new things. Yeah. So here we can focus now at least for what is the named export and default export. Suppose if you see, we have two things. Okay, we have exported everything with a, this is the named export. So if you are exporting with like this, it's a name export. What is a default exports means? Now I'm creating another. I'm just creating a class. Okay, just for um, understanding purpose. So just create a class. This is employee. So class name should be start with a capital letter, right? And a class, if you maybe you have a constructor. Okay, just recollect. Maybe if you forgot, please do practice classes and functions, objects, and arrays, because once we enter into the React.js, we are going to use all these things every day. So please recollect everything and do practice and get ready. The constructor, suppose I want to define object here. So here, um, okay, if the first name and last name, age of a student or a college name kind of thing. Okay, so we can go with a simple properties of the first name, last name, and age. And here, so how to initialize the properties? This dot again, you can give your property name, so you can assign those things like this. So this dot first name, this dot last name is equal to last name, and this dot age equal to age. Fantastic. Super. So with the help of this class, you can import. Okay, suppose if I export this class to you, so that you can create objects and you can play with that. So because this emp.js is really main purpose is to just define and provide some beautiful things about the employee. So that I want to create a class, and that will be more useful. So here we can define methods. Okay. So here, if anyone wants to get the student details, sorry, get full name of student, or let's go with the get student details, student info. Okay, this is a method. So whenever you define any function inside the class or object, it will be a method. So here I'm going to do, so always try to return the things. Okay, don't try to use a console.log whenever you're designing a modules. Okay, so don't hard code kind of thing. So just give a chance to the developers or people who are using your module. Okay, so that always try to return things. So get student information return here. So normally what we will do, if you want to construct the first name, last full name, we will do like return. So here, if it is there in a class, definitely we should refer that object, right? So this dot, okay, first name plus and double quotations,
This
and
dot first.
this dot the last name. Okay, so but this is not a good thing. So already we understand how to use the backticks, right? Backticks. So
Yeah.
what is the concept, that interpolation? Sometimes I will forget the concepts names. So we should use the backticks. Backticks. Okay. Backtick. Where is that backtick? Just above the tab key and just below the escape key in our keyboard. So with this we can do interpolation, string interpolation. So it's a beautiful thing. So already we have done a one video in a JavaScript world. If you didn't learn, just please go and watch that video so that you will understand it. Okay. So now what we can do here, simply you can say that full name, okay, colon. Here you can construct it, but lots of advantages with this approach. So if you want to add your variable information, just go with just add dollar symbol and curly braces. So here you can mention your variable name. So this dot the first name, and just to put a dollar, and again this dot the last name. Okay, definitely initially you feel that Raghu, the previous syntax with the double quotations is very easy for me instead of this, but it has, okay, this approach has many advantages. So please, from today at least, we should use the backticks to build message information or a big string based on some variables. Okay, so this not first name and last name. Even if you want to add age, suppose this is a normal string now. So if you want to add some information from a variable, so again this dot age. So in the this in this session itself, you are going to learn a lot of things. Okay, how to write a class, and what is the importance of this the backticks, and what is the importance of default exports and named exports, and a lot of things. So that if you want to learn, you need a lot of patience. Okay, and you should do practice. So fine, get student detail, because I'm not going to um, make it much more complex. It's a simple thing. It's a simple thing. So I'm just giving a class. If anyone wants to create an object, you can happily create an object and provide the parameter so that it will create an object and it will give it to you, and it will have another method also. You can utilize it. So here, this is the important thing for me. This is very important thing for me. So that what I can do, I can export it a default. Okay, export it like default. So either you can mention here for any method on any variable or any class, export default. Okay, Otherwise, so still we are in a beginner stage. So I will explain you in a both way. So already we have done export this one, right? So in the next line you can do export default employee. Okay, that's it. So just remember one thumb rule. So at a time for one JavaScript module file, you can export with the default only one thing. So you can't export multiple methods and multiple classes with the default. So only one thing you can export it. Suppose naturally if you see index.html is the default file in that folder, right? So even though if you don't provide the path for that, it will serve for you. Server will serve for you. Suppose if you see for example Amazon is there. So just go and open amazon.in. So just amazon.in, this is the HTML file. This is the HTML file. But you don't need to mention here like slash index.html. So hopefully it will break. Okay, put some other logic as defined there. But it will serve one index file for that particular folder. Okay, so even suppose if you see here we have index.html, right? Okay, let me try to fetch the same information without providing the path, uh, mentioning the file name. So it's working. So if you see here it's also it's working, here also it's working like a same. Okay, what is the magic here? Means if you create any one file, okay, the maximum you can create one file for folder with the name index.html, or you can create a JavaScript file like index.js in a one particular folder. That means we can use as a we can utilize this default nature maximum one time per particular file or a folder based on situation. Right now, don't break your head. Simply, so maximum you can do, we can export with default keyword for only one thing, either one variable or one class or one object, whatever it is. If you want to export, if you are trying to export it, you can utilize this feature for only one time. So then what is the difference between uh, these named exports and this one? So let's see, this is very important, very important. Most of the beginners are really not focusing on this one, but definitely they will get an interview question. They will face this thing in interview question. Note down somewhere important interview questions in a separate notebook, that what is the difference between the default exports and named exports. Definitely this is the important interview question. So if you see here, we have imported like this, get student details and grade. So just try to import in the same way, that is employee, because it's a class. If I try to import in the similar fashion, so this is a class. Okay, this is the class. So that what we need to do, with the help of that class we can create an object. So let me create an object constant, the student, okay, Bhavita, equal to. So how to create a new object, I hope you remember. Okay, so first name, because this employee is expecting three things, right? Three things. One is first name, last name and age. So just let me write Bhavita. Sorry if I did any spelling mistakes. I'm very poor in English. Bhavita Sri. I'm just writing Bhavita Sri, the last name, and age maybe something. Okay, the random number. So let me try Bhavita dot get student info. So what I'm trying, there's a method name is get student info. Get student info. Let's see whether it will work or it will throw in any error. Okay, so that we can understand. So let's see. So anyway, yeah, it's already there. It's showing an error. The requested module employee.js does not provide an export named employee. Okay, it's clearly saying that Raghu, you did some mistake. Okay, I'm not able to find any named exports with a name called employee. So how to import it? It is saying that you didn't mention, but clearly I have created employee class and export with the default. Okay, the problem with the default. So whenever you define anything in a module with the default, okay, at the time of import you should not put that in a curly braces. Okay, that you should not put that in a curly braces. Just cut it out from that. And how to import it? Just write down like this. What you're doing? Import employee. It's a default one. So that for the default one you don't need to put a curly brace. And if it is a named exports, you should put those things in a curly brace. That is a mandatory thing. So now if you see, hopefully it will resolve the error. It will resolve the error. So if you see, fantastic. Welcome to my college. Okay, fine. But why we didn't get any information about get student information? Okay, fine. It is returning, right? So it's better to store in a variable like blah 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 a and just to do console.log and what it is triple A. Save it and refresh. So you will got the information. Okay, full name Bhavita Sri, age 20, and previously we have one simple method. Through that we are fetching some student information. Okay, this is the difference between the named exports and the default export and the but why we need to use a default exports. So here one advantage with the default export is, okay, understood everyone how to import a default things and how to import a named. So one file for one module you can export with the default key only one thing maximum. Okay, that syntax is like this. So and remaining things if you want to export, those are the named exports. Okay, so that if you are exporting with this object because named exports either we will do with this object structure or you can mention directly here. That I will show you now in next 2 minutes. But so far if you understood or not, just let me know quickly.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Understood, sir.
Understood everyone?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, fantastic. So now I will show you the simplest syntax. So here, so you don't need to write in the last line. So what you can do, simply whenever you are defining any variable or suppose even here also you can do export, but I'm not interested to export these two things because I want to make it some privacy. So here just mention export, that's it. Export function get student details, and here export function greet. Okay, and those are because I'm not putting a default because I want to utilize that superpower for class only. So export default, so I want to export it a default by showing a module cannot have a multiple default exports. So it's clearly saying that. So if you see whenever you try, suppose here we should remove this syntax, right? So otherwise it is clearly saying that Raghu is trying to export multiple times. Okay, so fine, so simple, so you don't need to worry about exporting at the end. So this is the good syntax, this is a cleaner syntax. So whenever you are defining any method or a function, please mention that either it is a default export or normal exports. So fine syntax, this is a cleaner syntax. Now let's see whether it is working or not properly again. So here I will change the student details so that we can cross check whether it is working or not. So here we can write Pawan. I'm just putting G, maybe Pawan. I'm just changing some random number. So just let's see, go and see the live server whether it is working or not. Okay, already it's there. So it's working. The full name Pawan G, age 21, and previous details also were coming. Okay, this is the super thing. So now if you see, maybe okay, I didn't mention these are I didn't mention with the export. I'm not interested to export these two things. Suppose if someone say that Raghu, I want to utilize that. I want to utilize that. So if you see, so if you just do console.log console.log class, sorry, what's that, college. So if you're able to access this, that's a different thing. If you are not able to access this, okay, if you see, the requested module does not provide an export named college. So he's not able to access it because you didn't export it. That means you are able to provide some security, right, for few things. So if you want to export this one, no problem, no problem. Do that export for this also. Okay, even for variables. So here I just provide a example with a normal variable and normal function and a class. So, but normally we will give high priority for the classes because this is reusable logic, right? So it's better to add a default. If you have a class in your module, it's better to provide a default that power, utilize that only one power to that particular class, and you can import it. So now it doesn't show any error, doesn't show any error. Hopefully, okay, you got the college details itself. Okay, this is the as simple as what is a module, JavaScript module, and how we should create it, and how we can export, and how we can import that module in another file. So simple. So now let me know once again, understood or not. Of course, I used to ask this question. Please bear with me. Understood or not? Just tell me yes or no, or just ping me in the comment section that yes or no, so that we can enter into the Node.js modules now. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, hopefully yes, because I didn't cover much after asking the same question 5 minutes back. So now, okay, here simply, I hope you guys understood. Suppose if you have one file now, you can create employee.js or student.js or player.js, whatever it is. You can create multiple modules and import them here. Whenever you face that, okay, someone, because employee.js and person.js or player.js, if they have defined any method or a class or a variable with the same name in the three files, at the time you can go with the alias name. So if you see, we can go with alias names also here. Whatever the situation, get student details as gs details, shortcut. So then what you need to do, wherever you are using get student details, so just go and replace that. That's fine. So it will work. It will work. So it is working. And here, I will tell you one more important thing. One more important thing. So if you see, if you want to give a new name for this, you should mention as alias name. Okay, this is alias name. But for employee, if you see, for employee, directly you can do it. So you don't need to put as, you don't need to give like a alias name. So directly, suppose you are importing the employee, and if you want to give a new name, suppose I want to give a name as Pawan. Okay, just like Pawan. Class name itself, it's a Pawan. So let's see whether it will work or not. Whether it will work or not. Just refresh. So if you see, it is working perfectly. So to cross check that, here I will give a different name. Okay, suppose something. So if you see, it's perfectly working, right? It is giving Sweta D and age 21. So here you should you should note down, and you should remember, you should revise, and you should explain in the interview. And every day whenever you're writing code, just remember my words. If you don't do practice, you can't understand anything. If you don't do revise, you don't remember anything. So yeah, please, I hope everyone of my students at least don't do those kind of mistakes. Okay, so if you see, so named exports, you can't change it. You can't change that those names. Like suppose if get student is there, college is there. So if you write suppose uh, blah blah, okay, blah blah, and if you want to do a console.log. So let me blah blah, and here it is a blah blah. So it's throwing error. It's saying that does not provide an export name blah blah blah. Because default export have one advantage, because it should, we can export with a default keyword only one thing, so that browser can understand that okay, if you give a any name x or y z or something, it will understand that okay, this person is referring to this default export. That's why it doesn't throw any error. Okay, now tell me, understood, or do you have any questions now?
Yes, sir, understood.
Understood, everyone? I need to hear your energy, because this session is at 5:30. I know it's really difficult to join the session, continue the session, okay, but we don't have any other chance, okay, so that, sorry for that hard timings, but of course if you are just habituated to this time, this is the most powerful and the beautiful and useful time. Most of the people utilize this time actually. So fine, so far we have learned how to use a JavaScript modules with help of index.html file. So now we are going to enter into actual Node.js. Okay, Node.js, how to create a module. Of course, 50 to 80% already done. We have learned how to create a module and what is a named export, what is a default exports. Okay, and here luckily by default it is supporting ES6. Okay, ES6. Okay, this ES6 means ECMAScript 6 is supporting, okay, the beautiful feature called import. You can import very easily actually. But if you don't, if it is not supporting for ES6, before that, if you want to import it, okay, we should write logic in a different way. Okay, we should use a require for that. Okay, of course, we are going to learn that one in next 10 minutes, so that get ready. So it's 6:20, right? 6:20, right? So it's the better time to take a break, because we are switching from one topic to another topic at the same time. Already, okay, 45 minutes is done, right? If I'm not wrong. So are you ready for a break?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Please go and take some water, glass of water or cup of coffee, whatever you like. At least go for a walk. Okay, here I'm just putting a timer, 10 minutes timer. Let's see. So if you see, once it is reaches a zero, we are going to start the session. And who are watching this video with in a YouTube, uh, please, you also please don't forward it. Please take a 10 minutes break and come back. And bye bye.
sir.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hey team, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Pawan,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Bhavita,
Yes,
Ramadevi,
sir.
Balardhan, Vishwan were watching the YouTube video by mistake. Okay, hopefully, because definitely I'm saying you are going to learn a lot. You need some patience. Okay, now we are going to learn a node modules. Okay, of course, module system is same thing whenever you're dealing with a HTML file or whenever you're dealing with a Node.js. But here, actually, we are going to learn importance of node modules, and then what is the package also we are going to learn in next 1 hour. Okay, it's right now it's 6:30, so that we can engage the session up to 7:30. So let's, I think already you're able to see my screen and you're able to hear my voice clearly. And now, okay, I'm going to create another folder. I'm just closing this one. I'm just closing this folder because we deal everything with the HTML file. Now we are going to do without HTML file. So here, okay, don't give a name as a Node.js. Just give anything like I'm just giving enjs. Okay, njs is good. Njs. Okay, fine. So I created this new folder and open it through command prompt and with the help of VS Code. Okay, just see the folder structure. Now okay, let's create a module. Then we can think about what is a package. So how to create a module? Simple. Any JavaScript file is a module now. Okay. So I'm just creating a module with a name called. So let's go with the index.js because it's a default file so that it will give some extra advantage because default exports will give an extra advantage for us. You don't need to mention our default JavaScript file means index.js. So you don't need to give that path like index.js or index.html. So index.js, okay, what we can write here simply same. I'm just going to write a constant a is equal to 10. So let's write some code. Constant b is equal to 20. Fantastic. Okay, and do some addition like first of all just play with a simple code. Consider log a plus b. That is fine. And let me open the terminal, a new terminal. So if you want to run this JavaScript code without taking help of a HTML file. So far, what we have done, we have created a HTML file and we have imported or we have given a reference to that script file or we have written directly on a HTML file. Now there is no HTML file. There is no HTML file for a few days. Okay. So let's see whether it is working or not. So what you need to do, just take help from Node.js. Node.js, could you please execute my JavaScript with your all the superpowers? Yes, this Node.js is very kind, so it will take your request and it will give the output. Okay, fantastic. So someday someone say that okay, suppose Pawan is writing some good code and Pawan is saying that some Bhavita knows that Pawan has done a created some beautiful classes and methods and some super important logic. So Bhavita said that Pawan, can you share your logic? Okay, you have done a you defined some the beautiful JavaScript code. I want to use your JavaScript code. Could you please share with me? That's okay. Just remember this one, and then I will come to that point again. So what Pawan did? What Pawan did? Let's see what Pawan did. We can see that. So what Pawan did now? So Pawan created another JavaScript file on his machine, like what we can give a good name. Pawan, tell me who is your favorite actor or favorite word? Anything like just tell me one thing so that we can start with your favorite word for a JavaScript file module. You did use the word every JS is a module. I didn't understand, Sweta. What you're saying? Every JS? Okay, you're saying yeah, every JavaScript file. Okay, here every JavaScript file is a module. Because if you are providing security with export and import, and that we can call it as a module simply. Yes. So okay, fine. I'm not going to trouble you. So simply, so Pawan is going to create a calculator. So he is giving like calci.js. Okay, what is that? Calci.js. What is doing? Okay, he's just creating some functions like addition, function addition. Okay, if someone provides a comma b value, so this function will calculate. mm, it will do sum of a comma b and it will return the result. Simple. Okay, return a plus b. That's simple, simple, simple. And in a similar way, he has created a four things. That is one for addition, one for subtraction, one for multiplication, one for division. So let me um, rename things. Addition, subtraction, okay, and multiply. Okay, otherwise just do multiplication. So let me give a full name here and division. Okay, and just please do. I know, right? Everyone knows that what to do here. So multiplication means we do the star here and division. Once you whenever you are doing practice, you can create a function for what is a modulus and what is a percentage. Like you can create anything with your mathematical skill set. So here, so simple. Suppose if you see index.js, I want to use addition or subtraction from index.js. Okay, by any reason, I want to utilize this logic here. Okay, in future, our goal is that the file which Pawan has created, okay, that file should be accessible for everyone in the world, and use they want to invoke this function. They want to invoke this function to calculate a few simple things. So Pawan, what is doing? So simply is exporting. So here, one thing, just remember, whenever we are using Node.js, complete Node, plain Node.js, it by default it doesn't support ES6. Okay, what I'm saying? By default, it doesn't support ES6 syntax. Okay, does not support directly. So if you want to make it use ES6 syntax, we should do some other stuff. So still right now, this is not the right time to learn all those things. In near future, because maybe after 2 or 3 days we are going to learn, okay, how to use ES6 syntax everywhere. Okay, just remember this point. Right now we are writing logic with ES5 syntax. Okay, because right now it doesn't show any errors for us. Just remember this point. Okay, so now how to export it? So here we are calling it as a module, right? So just write module dot exports is equal to same thing. What it is? Previously we are just write exports is equal to, right? Here you should just mention module dot exports and what you want to export, because I want to export it's like named exports. Addition, subtraction, and multiplication, and another one is the division. So if I did any mistakes, then definitely we can cross check and resolve it. So finally oh my god, we have created a simple file and simple first module. Okay, don't call it as a file now, you can call it as a module, and I have exported 4 methods simply. So here, while importing, suppose if you want to utilize that file, here we are using a different syntax. Okay, tell me, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Simple. So we are writing very simple syntax, that is just go with a constant. So this is the calci, right? Okay, you can give a same name like calci equal to I required this file. I required the logic which you have designed mentioned in this. So again, put a single quotations inside of that and put dot f forward slash calci. Even if you want to mention calci.js, that is also fine. Without that also, it will consider that it's a calci.js file. Okay, simple. What we have done, it's it's similar to import. Okay, it's similar to import because import is really simplest syntax than this ES5 syntax. This is ES5 syntax. ES5 like old syntax. This with the help of import we can do it. We are going to do in a very few days. So that is ES6. So right now, don't worry about this ES5 and ES6. Let's understand how to use that module called calci.js. So first of all, just do console.log whether what we are getting in that calci, okay, whether we are getting information or not. Okay, calci, just do a console.log so that we will understand whether it is working properly or not. So it's a node and we are running index file. Fantastic, we got the information. So addition, it is a function. Subtraction, it is a function. Multiplication, it is a function. Division, it is a function. So that happily now you can go and use those the features. So how to use those things? Simply because this is the object, right? This is the object. Now if you see, we are returning, we are returning as an object with the four methods. One is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, suppose if you have any method or a property in a object, how we will do that, how we can utilize that. Okay, simply, so this calci dot addition subtraction or returning the value, right? Don't use console.logs unnecessarily. Here you can do console.log. Okay, here what I'm doing, so constant, I want to utilize the addition sub at least for some. So constant sum is equal to, okay, calci dot addition. So this is the method. Okay, you can't use directly here because it is the part of a calci, right? Calci object. So here it is returning this object, and this addition is as a reference of this, and subtraction is providing a reference to this function, multiplication is giving a reference to this one, and division is giving a reference to this function. Okay, so now you need to call. So if you see clearly, it is expecting two values, that is a and b, so please provide, otherwise it doesn't calculate it. So let's go with the 5 6. So what will be the output? It will store in the sum. And now console.log sum. Fantastic. So now let's do again, clear a node index. So we got the output as 11. So if you want to give a as a good message, so what we need to do here, don't use a double quotation and concatenation. What I said, just use the backticks. Okay, sum equal to dollar. Okay, and what's that next? Okay, sum value. Okay, save it. So clear and node.js. Okay, you got the value. Okay, understood everyone. We have created our first module, first Node.js module. Just remember this date. Okay, April 7th. We have created our first module. So maybe you don't know the importance of Node.js today, but once you learn everything, once you got a job, once you've done a project, then definitely you will remember that this is a great thing. Okay, now tell me, understood everyone or not? Do you have any? If you have any question, ask me now itself. Quick. Understood? Okay, super fantastic. Okay, suppose if you see, suppose if you have create, if you want to create another thing, suppose calci.js, and if you want to go with another one, suppose employee.js. Okay, if you want to provide some information about the employee in a generic way, so here I'm creating a class. Again, class employee, what we have done just few minutes back. So class employee, again a constructor, okay, constructor, and go with okay, the first name and the last name and the age. So just simple, we can do this one. Hopefully who are watching this video, please practice along with me, okay, in a YouTube. So don't sit ideally. So if you just watch the video, maybe you will remember the story. So it's like a movie. By watching movies, if you want to become a director, it's not that much easy. Maybe only it is possible only for Ram Gopal Verma. Okay, don't think that just by watching movies without working, without doing practice, we will become a director. So just by watching movies, maybe we can give a good reviews, but we can't do movies. Okay, there is a lots of difference. Hopefully you are doing practice along with me. Thank you. So now if you see, I'm just defining get employee details, EMP details. It's a method. Okay, so I'm writing everything for you. So here it will return again. We can do interpolation, okay, with the help of this backticks. So student details, what is the student details? So just go with, so, and remember, whenever you are using classes, if you want to access any variable, even if you want to define any variable, definitely we should use this keyword. Okay, if you have a confusion what is this and what is that, so please go and watch the the topics in our JavaScript world playlist. Okay, here again this dot first name and the dollar. Okay, suppose if I write everything, maybe it will be boring for you, but yeah, we can fix the things very soon. What I did, so I did a mistake. I just added inside of that. So this dot first name and this dot last name and age will be. So you can design this thing. Um, up, up, that's up to your patience and creativity. So fine, it's a simple class. Okay, suppose I want to export it simply. So here again, okay, module dot exports is equal to object. Of course, I will come to the topic called default exports. So here also we can do default exports, but let's go with ES65 syntax. Okay, that's why here what you want to export it, employee, it's a class, it's a class. Just save it. Now this index.js file, because naturally what we will do, we will create many JavaScript files, modules, and we will, because always there should be a one starting point, right? There should be a one starting point. So this is the starting point. Normally in a, whenever you are doing projects, we will create a like with the HTML, we will create an index.html file, and all the logic will be in a JavaScript file. We will import everything into the index.html file, and we will build an application. Okay, here we don't have a HTML file, so but we are taking one file as a reference, so where we will start our code in one flow. So that's why index.js file is have a much importance. So you can write actual logic here and reusable logic here. So fine, so here again, so before using any module, so just try to do console.log. So first of all you should import it, right? So constant employee. So here if you see, if even if you give any other name also, hopefully it will work. Let's, I need to cross check one more time. Require and put dot forward slash employee. Okay, of course the file name is also employee, we don't have any problem. And now just do what's there in employee also, because already we have seen what is there in the calc. Just for namesake, I'm just putting the comments here. This logic is fine, we don't have any disturbance for this. So just let's do check what is there inside the employee node. What is the file name? Index. So employee, so if you see, it's clearly saying that employee is a class. So if you just do this one, okay, the CLS, so clearly, because if whenever you do console.log, you will clearly understand that whether this is a class or a function or any other variable also. Suppose if you export some variable, suppose I will try to export one variable here. Okay, so I'm just putting constant. Um, so message, suppose simple thing, message. So here I'm writing simply, welcome to Node.js module system or something. So again, just please export that one so please practice in a multiple ways. So variables and function classes so that you will understand. So I'm just writing a message here, the message. So if you just do console.log in index.js file, let's see what it is showing, whether it is showing clearly that it's a variable or not. So if you see clearly message, what is the message? Because if it is a primitives, it is clearly giving the value also. Okay, if it is non-primitive, it's a function. It is providing the reference to that function. Subtraction is a reference to that function. Multiplication is the reference to this function, and class employee is a reference to this class. Okay, suppose if you have a salary information kind of thing in a variable, so that you can understand easily. So now give me a confirmation one more time. Understood or not what we are doing? Just unmute and tell me. I need to check your energy. Understood? Pawan,
Yes, sir.
Bhavita,
Yes,
Ramadevi,
sir.
Vishwan. Okay?
Yes, sir, understood.
And who are watching this video in the YouTube, if you understood, just ping me in the comment section that understood, because this is the most important topic. There's a Node.js, Node module, and how to export it, how to import it. Of course, very soon we are going to learn how to write all these things with a new ES6 features like import and export. Okay, so simple. So stay tuned and please do practice so that definitely you are very close to the success. Okay, fantastic. So now here, what the package? Because everyone's saying that what is npm? Okay, suppose we are learning Node.js npm. So everyone is saying that it's okay. It's not. I want to go for official documentation npm js. So what it is saying here, it is not, he is not saying that a module or something. He is clearly saying that it's a package manager. Package manager. So far we didn't understand what is a package. Okay, why everyone calling like a package manager, but actually it's a modules, right? So here, and one more thing. So before going to enter into the what is a package, here we should understand one more thing. Okay, in the last discussion, maybe yesterday or day before yesterday, we understand that this Rayandal, okay, this Rayandal, this is very, very important. Please try to understand. So he came up with a Node.js, right? He came up with
Node.js.
Node.js because Node.js means just a runtime environment. Along with who is the best friend for him?
NPM.
NPM.
Very good, very good. NPM. So it's just package manager for Node.js. Simply just remember that. Okay, PM for Node.js. Node.js. That's called NPM. Okay, package manager for Node.js. Okay, both are very good friends. Like, did you watch Dalapati movie, everyone? Just for fun, I'm asking. Okay, hopefully you're done. So those are best friends actually. So here in npm we should understand few important things. So once you install Node.js, along with okay, normally this npm is there in a registry, right? Here we should understand three important things. So few modules, most of the modules there in the cloud in the npm js, right? npm dot js. So if you see this one, okay, almost someone said, right, more than 1 point, so 10 lakhs or something modules packages are there in the npm.js. This is one place. This is one place. And just now we have created two files, right, in our application. Okay, one is calc and one is emp.js. Right now those are modules only, not a packages. But of course, in a package also it consists of modules. So once you understand what is a package, you will understand. So here, suppose the JavaScript logic, shared JavaScript logic available in npm.js. Okay, and your code like custom node modules. Custom node modules means which you have created, here calc.js and employee.js and whatever the modules you are going to create while you are doing practice, those are the custom modules for your application. Because here we are going to build Amazon, here we are going to build Amazon project. So for that we need help from third party libraries or third party packages, and which are mostly we are going to depend on npm.js. And at the same time we are going to write our own logic also, and along with this we have one more thing. So whenever you install node.js, by default by default automatically it will download few important modules. What I'm saying, few important modules. So what we can call, these are the default modules or whatever it is, bit default modules or right now. Okay, how many places we have? One is npm.js, that means almost 98% of the all the packages are there in npm.js for our application already. And we are going to write our code again with custom node modules like this separate JavaScript file. These are the modules. And already once you install the node.js, already you got installed few important modules are already installed into our computer already. So otherwise we can call it as a default modules or whatever it is. So default modules. So whenever you install node.js, already few things are already installed in our computer. So let's see let's cross check what are those important things. So now you can go to a node.js official documentation, and go to docs means documentation, and click on guides. Okay, and getting started. Okay, oh, one minute, where are this all the modules mentioned? Let me, because okay, here are the modules, these are the modules. Okay, so if you see, I'm just checking. Okay, I will give this URL to you in the chat. Please take this and note down somewhere, because once we leave the meeting, maybe the history will gone. So very soon we are going to shift to the Microsoft Teams. So if you see, these are the default modules, few things. That is, one of that is a operating system. So this module, because the module is nothing, some collection, he has done some classes or methods or variables, how we have created calc.js. So here, so he's providing a lot of things. Let's see first of all, operating system. So what he's saying, just use this syntax if you want to utilize that one. So right now in our folder structure, okay, we didn't download anything from npm.js. So far we didn't touch npm.js, which is there in the cloud. Okay, just we have created employee.js and calc.js. These are our modules, our custom modules. And index.js, I'm coming, these two are custom modules which we have created. Okay, and here we are going to utilize uh, the default modules. Okay, once you install node.js in your machine, automatically these are there. So that's the proof is, let's see if we got some information in this, that is a proof, right? So meanwhile I'm just removing this code. So let's focus on default module, that is operating system. So now tell me, Are you ready? So you are going to learn about first default module or important module which came along with installation of Node.js. Ready? Yes. Okay, it's a 2 hour session. That's why I'm just asking again and again whether you are active or not. So naturally, if I'm a student, definitely it's not possible for me to attend a 2 hour session. Okay, as a trainer, yes, I can give a training for 6 hours or 7 hours, but as a student, it's a really tough job. Okay, that's why I always appreciate you for your patience and interest. So console.log, just put operating system. Now tell me whether you will get the output or it will throw in any error. Can anyone guess whether it will give an information? Because you don't see anything. We don't have any file called os.js or something. So directly I'm just putting constant os is equal to required node os, or maybe without a node hyphen colon also it will work. We can cross check that one because maybe I'm not sure whether they have done some recent improvements. So now tell me it will work or not. So okay, without wasting time, let me execute it. So boom. Oh, we got lots of information here. Just scroll up. So if you see, you will clearly understand that the signals, this is the object. Okay, let's see, is there any easiest thing which we can do? Oh my God, oh my God. Okay, uptime. Okay, version is there. Total memory. Okay, total memory is a function so that we can check how much memory is there in my computer. Temp directory, type, user information, uptime. Let's see, is there any interesting stuff is there here? The release platform, network interfaces, host name, home directory, get found on the free memory. Okay, we can do one thing. So first of all, we can go with the what is the total memory in my computer. So it's a understood. It's a function, right? It's a function. It's a function. So now what we can do? Operating system dot total memory. That's it. It is going to return what is the memory. So whether it will return in which format, I don't know. So let's see. The node index. Wow. What is this number? Whether it is giving details in the bits or bytes, I don't know. Okay, just that's assignment for you. How many bits or bytes? Okay, you can check in the Node.js documentation that whether it is returning the value in so node operating system module provides operating system related utility methods and properties. It can be so maybe if you just check operating system dot memory, definitely you will find the information that what is the unit of that memory. So again, we can see that but this much is my total memory in my computer. So what is the free memory? Because which is unused. That means understood, right? We are going to interact with the computer directly. We are going to check what is there in the operating system. We are going to interact anything. We can do anything to this computer. Okay, with the help of this all node modules. Okay, no, just give a big thanks to Rayandal. Okay, they have done a great job. Great job means great job. So operating system dot. So you can check that. Okay, you can check that here. Free memory, home directory, host name, mission. Okay, let's see what is there in mission. Okay, if it will provide any details about my mission computer. So hopefully, boom. Okay, my mission is x86 underscore 64. I don't know what is the meaning of this. Let me try another interesting thing. Operating system dot 10. Check. Can anyone tell me
Version, sir.
version? Okay, super. Operating system version. Very good. Very good. Version is also. That's a good thing. So now you can so clear. Oh, Windows 10 home single language. Very good. Okay, that's the operating system. So that you can play with that. So where are these files? Where are these modules? Operating system. So and another thing. So we can take another example. Uh, so go back. This is operating system, right? And path module. Okay, which one easy? Because I didn't practice all these things. That's why I'm just checking for the easiest one. Dun, 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 dun. Which one? Which one? Okay, I think the path is the simplest one. Let's see, is there any a good example that okay, path dot base name, Windows base name is okay, anything interesting direct.
Delimiter.
Sorry, which one?
Delimiter.
dir method directory.
No, sir. Delimiter.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Can you ping me? What's you're saying? Which method? Paste, because file system is really complex. We should learn properly.
Path that format also better. Sir. Path that format.
Format path dot format.
Yeah.
Okay, where is that?
Above I have seen while you have scrolled.
Path dot format. Okay, let's do one thing.
Ah, sir, this one path that.
Tell me. So path module. So what you need to do? Okay, I require. What is the module name? What is the module name?
Path.
Path. Okay, okay. Path. Another one is the file system. That is easiest one for today at least. Let me go to file system. File system EFS. EFS. Where is that FS? Alphabetical order. Okay, it's in top right. A B C D E F. Okay, file system. Mm, we should take some a good example. That's why I'm looking. File system is there any? Of course, just giving a path. Hello.js console.successfully deleted. Oh my god. So asynchronous logic, lot of things are there. Arre baapre. So leave it. Because even I didn't practice. That's why I'm saying. Okay, I didn't practice. Which one is the simplest example? So unnecessarily we should not write a complex logic or something. So what is the thing we are able to access because many modules I give minimum I don't know what is a maximum count that already come with a Node.js. Okay, no, once you install the Node.js, it will install the npm and it will download few important mm, what node modules for us. And but that is not enough, right? Suppose if you want to the build Amazon or any the big application, those are not enough. So we need to install few things from npm JS. So far we understand. Suppose if you create any module on your own, if you create any module on own, you understand, we understand that how to utilize this. So calc.js we understand, operating system we understand. Of course we need to learn a lot about all the other things. So now if you see, so I want to, because I'm not happy with this module, because I need more information, more thing. But here, how to install, a node, a module or a package which is there in a npm JS registry. That is very important. That is very important. npm JS. So how to install that? Okay, here. So here, okay, before installing something from npm, so first of all we should understand what is a package, right? This is a package manager for Node.js, right? So far we have learned only module. But now if I want to download a package, first of all, before downloading, we should understand what is a package and what is the need of a package, right? So here we should discuss that one. Once we understand what is a package, and then we can go on installing. So now tell me, suppose if you see, so we come back to the topic that Pawan has created this calc.js. Okay, Pawan has created this calc.js. Okay, here, and Bhavita said, okay, Pawan, you have done a really created a very useful module. Okay, this is a computer, this is a computer, and this is Pawan's computer. Okay, and this is Bhavita's computer. With the computer. So here we have one file, that is emp.js is the, what is that? A module. Okay, Node.js module is there. So Bhavita wants to use this file. So just tell me how many ways you can transfer or give this file to Bhavita. Anyone can tell me how to share this logic to Bhavita, because this is Bhavita's computer. This is Bhavita's computer. This is Pawan's computer. Tell me, natural. Suppose now if
In
you,
cloud.
okay, cloud means, okay, how? Which platform, which cloud platform you will utilize now?
Share nearby.
hmm Okay. One option is cloud. Okay. Okay, we can decide which cloud platform. That is really perfect thing. We can do one thing. Like already, how many cloud platforms we are familiar with? Like at least GitHub, you know, right? So if you upload this emp.js file in GitHub, and if you provide access to Bhavita, she can download it, right? That is one option, right? Do you agree with me, or it's not possible?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
another one is you said something share by or nearby.
Share by, sir.
Share by.
Nearby.
Nearby. Nearby means what it is? It's a Bluetooth or something.
Uh, like wireless Wi-Fi sharing.
Okay, that means suppose if both students are near in the same classroom, so that you can transfer this file to that computer, right? Easily.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that is fine. And now any other way? Okay, so maybe you can copy paste in a one word document and you can send it to Bhavita, right? Through email. Is it possible? And she can copy paste. So suppose copy pasting, or if you take a screenshot of in the WhatsApp and send it to her, it's real difficult because you we need to utilize same JavaScript file. So we need, suppose somewhere you got the file, somewhere you got the file. Okay, at any platform. Okay, either a GitHub or a nearby or far by, whatever it is. Okay, Bhavita got this file. Okay, Bhavita got this file. Okay, and she started using that file. And after few hours or 1 or 2 days, Pawan understand that okay, Pawan's did few more changes. Okay, Pawan is super intelligent and he's really interested to learn and something. So what he is doing, he did another. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division is already done, and now he is going with a modulus or a reminder. Suppose if you, whether it is an even number or odd number or whatever the, whether he has done with if you give a number with, he will return that whether it is a palindrome or not. Okay, palindrome or not, or whether if you give a number, he has done a logic right, whether it is a prime number or not. So suppose he has written some logic console.log, but naturally don't use console.log. Just written like it is um, palindrome. So without logic, I'm just writing. So if you just pass value x, and he will check the logic and he will say that x is a palindrome or not based on some logic. Okay, based on some logic. So find some palindrome. Fantastic. So again, okay, after a few days, Bhavita realized that okay, Pawan, you added some few new functions to your file. So can you share that file? Now what we need to do? Because whatever the file Bhavita got, now in that particular file we have only four methods: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. After 2 weeks, Pawan added um, five more, five more, okay, along with those four, five more functions or methods. Now tell me how Bhavita can take this file again.
Again, Pawan should update, sir. Update the file.
Very good. Where
Replace
where he should update?
GitHub.
Very
In
good.
GitHub.
GitHub. Fantastic. So GitHub, suppose anyway we understand because this is the best platform, right? In nearby or far by. Apart from that, because GitHub, if you just place anything in a cloud platform, that file will be available for you. Available for you. So fine. So after a few days, Pawan has uploaded emp.js, and again Bhavita downloaded the same file and she is using. Now we have four plus five methods. Okay, but after 2 days, Bhavita realized that Pawan did something wrong. Okay, if I'm giving a non-palindrome number, but it's still saying a palindrome number, that means there are some bugs or some mistakes in this logic. Some mistakes. So what will happen if is there any mistake in this logic which already Bhavita has downloaded? So definitely she will face problem, right? So right now, just imagine only Bhavita has downloaded, but Bhavita informed to Balavardhan, Balavardhan informed it to Hirasai, Hirasai already informed to Jahnavi, and everyone started using this file, and everyone is facing problem. Now tell me how to solve this problem.
The person who find the error, he can solve. Not she can solve.
Okay, so Pavan again, so you guys called him to Pavan, and Pavan, you did all these mistakes, and because of that, my application is crashing. So okay, he has done. So then mistakes are done, then he's very smart, he fixed all these things in a easiest way, but he said it will take 10 days. So it will take 10 days. Okay, in meanwhile what you need to do, Bhavita?
I'll try to solve my own.
Okay, either you need to try to solve, or because already previous file is there, right? Previously is uploaded same file for something 2 days back or 5 days back, right? 5 days back. So you need so if you have this file, that is enough for you actually. So because in this file emp.js, the latest file have a bugs or errors. So instead of using this latest file, if you switch back to the previous file, that is enough, right? That is enough, at least for a few days, until you got the next release of that emp.js. Do you agree with me, everyone? First of all, you understand what I'm talking?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So that means this file date suppose April 7th. So same file emp.js which is done by Pawan have some mistakes, and which is done on April 3rd. April 3rd is working fine. April 3rd is working fine. So that file is enough for you. So now you want to utilize this file, but already he has removed this file and he has uploaded a new file. Okay, because maybe we are talking about only 5 to 6 functions. That's why you can say that Raghu, I can cross check, I can delete those functions. But in real time, if you have 10,000 lines of code or 50,000 lines of code in one JavaScript file, that is possible. So at the time, it's not possible for Bhavita or a Balavardhan to solve those things, right? At the time, what we need to do, okay, few days back you have installed one emp.js, right? So if you have that copy, that is fine. That is fine. So sometimes, suppose if you see on April 7th, Pawan has done some changes. On April 3rd, Pawan has done some changes. Here he has done only two things. But normally, Pawan is really smart. Every 10 days, he is coming with a new logic in amp.js. So like April 3rd one release, April 7th one release, April 13th one release, April 18th one release. Like that, he's releasing, he's adding few more methods. If anything wrong, he's just fixing, because it is taking some time to all these things. But who are dependent on Pawan's logic, Pawan's logic, and if you are maintaining only one file, right? Because if before uploading this file, if you delete the previous file and if you just upload the new file, and these people will gone. Understood? Suppose if 10 people are depending on this emp.js file, and Pawan is doing some changes every week, and is replacing that file, and at the same time he's doing some mistakes, and after 10 days he's just fixing that. So how should track all these things? How should we know the users of this particular emp.js file? Okay, like without getting any trouble, how to maintain all these things? And first of all, how should we know that on which date he has released? Okay, suppose he has done only 2 or 3 releases. Okay, fine, we can remember up to with our super intelligent. But suppose he has done 100 releases. Okay, he has done 100 change 100 because he has released 100 releases. Okay, releases in every 3 days gap. Okay, but suppose he has already, Pawan is become very popular, 10,000 people are using this emp.js file, and one person wants the JavaScript file which he has done on April 3rd, and one person wants this emp.js file which Pawan has done on April 7th. Like that, 10,000 people dependent on 100 different versions. But how to manage this one? Understood the problem, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Or can I explain in Telugu? I will explain in
Understood,
Telugu.
sir.
ఓకే, ఏం లేదు, ఇప్పుడు పవన్ ఒక ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేశాడు, పవన్ కొన్ని లాజిక్స్ రాశాడు. సో ఈ ఫైల్ని ఒక క్లౌడ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ నుంచో ఎక్కడో గిట్ హబ్ నుంచో అందరూ యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు అనుకోండి. అఫ్ కోర్స్ గిట్ హబ్ యూస్ చేస్తే మనం వర్షనింగ్ యూస్ చేస్తాం. దట్స్ వాట్ ద నీడ్ ఆఫ్ ప్యాకేజ్. ఓకే, అంటే మనకేంటి, మనకు కావాల్సినప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు పవన్ ఏప్రిల్ 7th రిలీజ్ చేసిన ఫైల్ స్టేబుల్గా ఉందనుకోండి, అది యూస్ చేస్తాం. తర్వాత ఒక 10 days తర్వాత తను ఇంకొక ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేసి అది పర్ఫెక్ట్గా వర్క్ అవుతుంది అనుకుంటే యూస్ చేస్తాం. అదర్వైజ్ మనకు కొత్త ఫీచర్స్ అవసరం లేదనుకోండి, లేదు పవన్ ఛార్జ్ చేస్తున్నాడు, కొత్త ఫీచర్ యాడ్ చేస్తే మీరు 100 రూపీస్ పే చేయాలన్నారు అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం మనం, మనకు కావాల్సిన ఫీచర్స్ వర్షన్ ఎక్కడ దొరుకుతుంది, ఏప్రిల్ 7th రిలీజ్ చేసిన దాన్ని, అది ఫ్రీగానే ఉంది, అది అందరూ యూస్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు. నెక్స్ట్ టైం నుంచి ఒక ఫంక్షన్, ఒక కొత్త మెథడ్ మీరు యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలంటే డబ్బులు ఛార్జ్ అని అన్నారు అనుకున్నాం. నిజానికి అలా జరగదు, అలా అన్నారు అనుకోండి. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, వి షుడ్, బికాస్ 10,000 పీపుల్ ఉన్నారు, 10,000 పీపుల్ ఒక 100 to 200 డిఫరెంట్ వర్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫైల్స్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయ్యారు. సో ఇదంతా ఎలా మేనేజ్ చేయాలి? ఇట్స్ వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్, రైట్? అండర్స్టూడ్?
Yes, sir. Understood.
And so that's where we need to maintain each and every version of that file, because whatever the file or whatever the module, okay, here we can say that this is the module. Okay, yes, this is the module only, this is the module only, but we need to track all the versions of your changes. What it is, we need to track every version, because if you have done 100 releases, we should have a details, we should know that okay, this version has released on this date, and the version name is something. So here, that's why we got the package name, like, okay, that's what we need to create a package. Okay, because if you create a package, it will allow us to maintain the versions of the pages. Okay, how to do that? We can do that. Version means, okay, I told you that, suppose React.js 10, okay, React.js right now it's I think 18.02.3 something, right? I think somewhere we have discussed this one. Okay, npm versions. What is this one? Can anyone tell me why we are putting these 2 dots? What is the meaning of, what is the purpose of this first one? What is the purpose of second one? What is the purpose of third one? I think definitely I have explained this one, maybe with some other situation. What we can call it is,
Major mini path version.
Major version and minor.
fantastic. So this is the major version. Another one is a minor version, and this is a
Patch
Patch
version.
version.
patch version. So that you can understand that. Okay, Pawan has released 16.8.62 on April 7th. So we don't need to worry about that. So if you want that, you can install that package. Suppose Bhavita can install 17.67.3 version, and Balavardhan can install 18.02.8. Yeah, we understand the versions, right? Where we understand the versions, now I will tell you. Just open a command prompt. Open a command prompt. So if you just check node iPhone V, what is it saying? It is saying that 18.15.0. Okay, maybe in your computer it will be a 16.3.6. Okay, this is the versions. So npm iPhone V. Okay, it will also give some number 6.14.8. That means these are the number, because this Node.js has done 18 major releases, 18 major releases, and for this major release they have done 15 minor releases. Okay, major release means if you have done a new feature, they will come up with a new major version. Suppose if you have done a small changes, they will go with a minor version. If they have done any bug fixes, they will go with a patch version. Okay, now understood. This is the package. This, okay, the need of a package, because if you it's very difficult for us to share your node module to the world of programmers. So a node module, end of the day, it's a node module only. It's a node module. Okay, but if you start sharing this module, so what we need to do, we need to maintain the versions. We need to maintain the versions. Okay, just me. Okay, so it's 7:27 already, so I will finish in 3 minutes, don't worry. So what we need to do, we should maintain the versions. So like, so the version 1.0.0. Okay, and the second major, okay, I'm just mentioning only major version changes. Okay, like 3.0.4 Robo, right? Robo 2.0, like you have seen like versioning. So that so that it's easy. So if you want to create your node module with versioning, it is called a package. Okay, understood what is a package? But of course, we are going to create a package in the next session. But what is the need of a package? So node module means it's a simple JavaScript file. It's a simple JavaScript file which is following like modular system. Okay, exports and import and providing some security. So here employee.js is a module and calci.js is a module, but we are not maintaining any versions. It's going to be very difficult. So of course if you are doing for your internal project, if you are using for your project, there is no problem, you don't need to maintain the versions. But if you want to, because these people in a npm js, these people have done, they have created many modules, and at the same time they want to share their logic to everyone in the world. So at the time, because lakhs of people are using react.js, lots of people using node.js, lakhs of people are using npm.js, lots of people are using angular modules. So if you don't maintain the versioning, it's very difficult. So for that they come up with another beautiful addition to this module, and we can make it a package. In a package you can create multiple modules or one module. That is enough. And we can create like a package, and we can maintain one file that is our package.json. What I'm saying, package.json. In this file we can maintain all the history of versioning. So this one, this is this will happen. We can maintain all the version history with the help of this package.json. So now you will ask that, Raghu, what the hell is this JSON? JS1. Okay, please go and watch either our tutorials or any other tutorial in a YouTube. Okay, just click on this. Okay, I try to explain, and even if you find in the Google, you will find many examples. Let me go to the our channel and go to playlist. Okay, let me. So just go and check in our 100 days challenge or JavaScript world. So you can find. And assignment for you is whatever we have learned, please do practice. So without practicing, if you don't practice these things, you can't understand what I'm going to explain on Monday. So if you want to learn something new on Monday, you should finish the practice. Otherwise, what I will do, no problem. I don't take anything negative. So we can do practice session. If you come up without doing practice, we can utilize that session as a practice session. Okay, because without understanding, without doing practice, if I complete the syllabus, after completing the syllabus, again we will become at the same position. We will be there at the same position, zeroth position only. Maybe that is more dangerous than zero, because zero knowledge is always good, either good knowledge. And if you are in the middle, if you learn without doing practice, you will lose your confidence. So my sincere request for everyone, please do practice at least 1 or 2 times and come. If you didn't understand, definitely I will explain, so that we can learn quickly. So otherwise, if you come without doing practice, definitely I'm saying we are going with a practice session only, because that's what the right learning. Without understanding, without learning, 98% of the students, especially in our country, are doing the same mistakes. They are going to Amirpet, they are maybe they're spending 20,000 to 2 lakhs money in other institutes or anyone. Of course, that is not wrong. Almost most of the institutes are very good. But the biggest problem is, if students are not interested to practice, it's a time waste process. Instead of that, please go and watch all the movies in the world. Please go and play all different kinds of sports. So don't waste your valuable time. That's what I'm saying. Okay, now tell me, and we can conclude. Understood everyone what we have discussed today? Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you and see you on. Okay, let me stop the recording. If you have any question, we can talk, because I have some time today, luckily. Mm, Let me